everybody, Jason here of Ghostbusters News, and if you can't tell, I've got myself a new toy, and that is because last week a brand new Ghostbusters game was announced called Ghostbusters VR. Yeah, once again, the Ghostbusters, they're jumping back into the VR world, but this time for a much larger, fully fledged experience that you're going to be able to play through in single player or with up to 3 friends. Now, the game is currently in development by In Dreams and hopefully should be released by end of year. So you may be asking me, Jason, like Ghostbusters VR doesn't come out till later this year. Why do you already have a headset on your head? Like, what are you doing with the headset right now if you're not playing Ghostbusters? Well, I'm watching Ghostbusters. You see, for those that don't know out there, you can watch movies, and I mean, the experience is very, very close to being in a movie theater. Like, freakishly close. Like, there are times that my mind plays tricks on me, and I actually think that I'm in a theater, watching Ghostbusters up on the big screen. Now, let it be known that this video is awkwardly only going to be about watching movies in VR. In particular, the Ghostbusters movies. This headset, which by the way is the Meta Quest 2, can do tons of other things, with its main feature being playing video games. And despite only having it for a week, there are so many games I've already played that I'm addicted to. Like, I didn't think I was gonna like Beat Saber, but guess what? I love Beat Saber. Also, I am not a Star Wars guy at all, but they've got a game called Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge. I've downloaded it, I've played it, and I totally love it. Oh, another one, Blade and Sorcery Nomad. It is this really cool kind of like sword game where obviously you can like stab people and decapitate people. I mean, good times. You can also do, as the title suggests, some sorcery, some magic there. But the gameplay is so fluid, like it's flawless. It feels so good having the controllers in hand and, controlling a sword with one of these controllers. And also, I gotta admit, the controllers here, oh, fantastic. Like, the last time I used any type of VR was on the PlayStation VR several years ago, and using the PlayStation Move controllers compared to these controllers, it is night and day difference. The accuracy on these is just perfect. Well, probably not perfect, but pretty close to it. Oh, should also mention, at any time during this video, if you want to buy one of the Quest 2s, we got a purchase link. It can be found down below in the description. Click it, buy yourself one of these. At the same time, it also helps out the Ghostbusters News YouTube channel, so if you do that, I thank you very much. And with that said, the reason I'm really doing this video is we posted about watching movies on this thing a week or so ago on the Ghostbusters News social media pages, and on Facebook, there were so many people that were blown away by the fact that you could watch movies on a VR headset. So for those of you that wanted a closer look, here you go. Let's go ahead and let's watch some Ghostbusters on the big screen in VR. All right, and now we are in the VR world. There's my hands right there. And yeah, we're in a virtual space right now. Pretty much the standard virtual space in the big screen app. You can see it looks like a living room, a really nice living room. Got some couches over there, a chair. We got some alcohol, maybe some Crystal Head vodka. I don't know. I've got a fireplace kicking around over there, and then in front, we've got our big screen, which it actually says big screen on it. And let's go ahead and bring up the menu and find some entertainment here. And there's tons of stuff you can watch. I mean, you got YouTube on here, remote desktop, so if you actually want to link your computer up to it and have what's on your desktop on the big screen, you can certainly do that. From there, there's also the video player, and that's for videos and movies and TV shows that are actually installed on your headset. I've already installed all 4 Ghostbuster films that have been released thus far, and once again, we're going to take a look at that here in a second. And then there is also movie rentals and TV channels. So if you have this hooked up online, which you pretty much need to have it hooked up online, this is going to be your selection. In fact, let's go ahead and hit movie rentals. Now, pretty much everything here is at least going to have a trailer attached to it. And when it comes to this, a lot of these movies are also in 3D, which, in case you didn't know, when it comes to the Meta Quest 2, not only is it VR, but if the movie is in 3D, you can totally enjoy that film in 3D. And they've got a pretty good selection. We got Top Gun, Titanic, Transformers, Bumblebee, Mission Impossible, Star Trek. Then we're going into some non-3D films like Forrest Gump, Indiana Jones, and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Didn't I already talk about Crystal Head Vodka? Dan Aykroyd. Where's Dan Aykroyd when you need him? Now, if you do find a movie you want to watch, like let's say, what do we got here? Cloverfield. Love Cloverfield. You can see I can rent it for $4.99, or I can watch the trailer. I already own Cloverfield on Blu-ray, so I'm not going to rent it. I'm just going to go ahead and watch the trailer, and you're going to see right here, it is going to pop up on my screen. It's loading content right now. All right, so I got the Cloverfield trailer now playing. What's also really cool about this too is Unlike, if you're in a movie theater where you have to like sit and watch the trailer, you can skip ahead. So if you want to just, go to halfway through the trailer, you can certainly do so. The streaming is great, I gotta say, when it comes to this. Everything loads really quick, once again, as long as you have a good internet connection. So as much as I like Cloverfield, I just love Ghostbusters. So I'm gonna go ahead and load up a movie here. Right now we're in the standard video player. Once again, these films are installed directly onto the MetaQuest 2. I did that just by plugging it up to my computer and yeah, just dragging and dropping the video files into the folder they needed to be in. So I think we might as well just start it off with the original, the 1984 classic Ghostbusters. Just gonna click on it here and it will immediately start playing. Now, what I'm gonna do, let me kind of skip ahead a little bit. Okay, so let's say for whatever reason, you don't like this VR setup in the sense that you don't like this room that you're in. Because for me, the biggest selling point was actually watching these films in a virtual theater. For those that don't know, there are tons of virtual environments that you can choose on the MetaQuest 2. All you gotta do is just bring up the menu here. I'm gonna go ahead and click on it. Yeah, actually first, I think I'm going to turn down the volume here because I don't want a copyright strike. I know the Ghostbusters theme song is about to start playing. But yeah, you can see from the environment, there's tons of options here. We got home, school classroom, retro cinema, modern cinema, grand cinema, home theater, SciFi Cinema, the woods there, drive-in cinema, Lux Theater, balcony, like it looks like someone's apartment. So cool. But let's go ahead first and let's start off with the modern cinema. I think this is probably one of my favorites. And this really gives you that whole movie cinema vibe. I mean, like, look, let's close that menu there. I mean, how cool is that? Now, I'm going to go ahead here and skip to maybe, yeah, a bit of a brighter scene. Because what I really love about this is as you're watching the movie, you're going to see that the visuals that are on the screen actually affects the lighting within the room. Let's wait for the camera to kind of change here. Is it just, yeah, see? The actual, once again, the actual lighting and everything on the walls react to what's happening on the screen like it would, if you're really there in the movie theater. Another really cool thing is you can choose your favorite seat. So let's say, you maybe like to be on the side here. Where do I want to go? Yeah, let's go over here. You can see we're actually changing our seat. So we're actually now on the side. Oh, I actually just found out that I can like stand in the aisles. I mean, that seems like a fire hazard if I've ever heard one before. Now let's go ahead and actually, you know what? Move a little bit closer to the screen. We're going to jump ahead some aisles here and see how this film looks up close. Holy, it's just like I'm there. Ray going down the pole. This is great. Yeah. Now, as much as I love the original Ghostbusters, I think we might as well take a look at something else here. Now, you've got tons of options down here. My room, once again, is pretty much what we're watching right now. There is also a social aspect to this app, too, where you can actually meet other, well, I don't want to say players because we're not playing a game, but you can meet other people online, and they can actually be part of your viewing party. So if you rent a movie like Indiana Jones, or if you go to one of the television room apps, you can actually watch something together in the virtual space. I mean, that is so cool. In fact, you know what? Before we go ahead and boot up the other film, I want to take a quick look here. Let's go to TV channels, because there are tons of TV channels in this app that are entirely free, and they stream 24/7, which is so freaking cool. Let's see what I can find here. Ooh, Adult Swim. Love Adult Swim. We got the Eric Andre Show. Oh, and we also have Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I gotta go with that one. Am I over the age of 18? Yes, I am. Let's minimize that menu, and there's Meatwad there on the screen. This is so freaking cool. It's, once again, like having your own personal movie theater, and it is so immersive. Like, I don't want to say it feels like I'm there, but I've watched a couple films using this, and I gotta say, after the first 20, 30 minutes, okay, yeah, it really starts feeling like you're there in the theater. Okay, so I got the menu back up here, and let's go to video player, and let's choose Ghostbusters 2 right now. We're gonna load it back up in the theater here. Once again, we're still in the same movie theater, but you know what? For this one, let's go ahead and change it a bit. We're gonna go to environments, and let's choose the retro theater. Very similar overall, like in terms of the seats, which you really can't see right now because the screen's so dark. Let's skip ahead. Oh, actually, that's pretty good there. Yeah, so we got some nice red seats there. Kind of that retro, almost like rainbow-esque graphic on the walls. And I think I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here and go to like my favorite intro out of any Ghostbusters movie. I love the Ghostbusters logo when it forms here. The perfect intro. Da, 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 da. So, in addition to watching some of your favorite movies on the big screen in the privacy of your own home, which is so freaking cool, you've got some other cool options you can also do. Once again, you can set up your own public room, private room, have people, fill these seats and watch movies with you. Another neat little thing too is, let me go ahead and bring the menu up here. There is tools and toys. Now these are just for fun. They're kind of stupid, but once again, they're for fun. This right here will allow you, let me grab it here, to draw right in front of you and in full 3D. I mean, like, look how cool this is. I'm like going through like all like the circle areas here. This is so freaking neat. If you're an artist, I could see you doing some pretty cool stuff with this. I'm not really an artist, so the best I can do is all of this like weird design, and yeah, this is cool, right? You can kind of move around it, and now from there we're gonna go ahead and let's just choose selfie stick. There is my 3D avatar, which you can totally customize one for yourself. So once again, if you do jump online, you can represent yourself when you're talking to other people, and they know kind of roughly what you look like. I mean, I don't really think that looks like me, but yeah, the actual character creation in here, it's not the best. It's okay, but yeah, it's definitely not the best. I don't think that's me. Now there's other options too, like a keyboard. So, if you actually need to type at any time, you can certainly do so. Let's get that off of here. And then you're also going to see we've got some food options, including a tomato. Let's go ahead and close that down. So if you're watching a movie that you don't like, you can kind of like huck a tomato at the screen. Or if there's somebody in the room you don't like maybe a weird looking avatar, you can huck a tomato at their head. Now from there, let's go ahead and choose a couple of staples when it comes to movie theaters: popcorn and soda. I'm going to go ahead and grab the popcorn. I'm going to grab the soda here. And yeah, you can knock it back and eat it. You actually hear somebody like munching down on it, which is pretty neat. Same with the soda. If you put it next to your mouth or like close to the VR headset, you can hear somebody sucking it back. And for the popcorn, yeah, you can eat it, or if you want to, you can just huck it around the theater. Woo! Much like you could with the tomato. And yeah, same with the the soda as well. Just get rid of it there. Adios. Now from there, I could choose Ghostbusters Afterlife and go in the main canon order, but I'm gonna load up Ghostbusters 2016, the Ghostbusters reboot. And I think for this one, I'm gonna skip ahead just a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna change locations yet again. Let's go to environment. And for this one, we're gonna choose a couple different ones. There is the Grand Cinema, which is, I think it's probably my favorite. I really do like that modern cinema, but check this one out here. The actual size is just massive. Oh, I just totally forgot I was making a video here. I just started watching the film, and yeah. So let me kind of move around here. Once again, we're in the bigger theater. I think it was called the Grand Cinema. Let's go a little higher up here in the seats. So, love the look of this. Yeah, I think this is my favorite kind of location to watch movies in. And I know I already mentioned it, but I really love the whole effect where, once again, the light, what's happening on the screen is affecting the actual room. You can see everything, all the lighting effects and everything kind of change and alter with it. Looks so good. This video is likely going to be like 10 minutes long, I would say. But yeah, I've spent a good 2 hours just watching Ghostbuster movies with this headset on today. So yeah, it's been a productive day. All right, so we just got Holtzman, baby. Let's go ahead and move on to the final film we're going to be taking a look at here. And for that, let's go to where their video player, Ghostbusters Afterlife. We're loading this one up here, skip ahead a little bit. And being that we are watching Ghostbusters Afterlife, let's choose the classroom. I mean, it's like I'm really there. While we're at it, let me go ahead. In school, I never really sat this close up. I usually was in the back of the class. Move back here. Back corner sounds about right. There we go. And that gives a really good kind of shot of everything. We got some foliage outside there in the wind. What's also kind of freaky is I feel like I should be able to put my arms on this desk. It's playing with my mind a little bit, but there's nothing actually physically here. But I do want to kind of just like slide forward a little bit. put my arms on the desk and, kind of just sit here and watch it that way. Before we end off the video here, let's take a look at a couple of different, other settings, because I'm sure a lot of you guys will be curious about it here. This is the woods, where very animated, trees and everything. We got a little campfire there in front, the stars. All right, now we got the drive-in cinema here, and yeah, once again, very like an animated style, cartoon trees and everything there. And all these cars, you can once again choose where you want to sit. Oh, I'm in the back seat. Nobody's here with me, but I'm in the back seat. But as I mentioned, in the theater environment, you can, invite friends to your room, unless you're watching, like a movie that's only on your headset. Obviously, it's not going to work in that sense. But if you are, streaming one of those TV channels, like when we watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force, or if you're renting a movie, you can definitely invite them. If you are renting something, though, a quick heads up, everybody has to rent the same film. We've also got the SciFi Cinema here, which we're loading up, and yeah, you can see it's your standard kind of movie theater, but in space. That's kind of cool. I definitely prefer the more standard movie theaters, but yeah, it looks neat. And these ones here, these are kind of strangely satisfying. I watched the new movie, The Batman, actually in this setting, and I don't know. It looks like you're like in like a studio apartment, kind of like living room space. Well, it doesn't really trick my brain like the movie theater does. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I kind of feel like I should be able to put my legs up over on this side of the couch here, which I can't because it's just virtual reality. Oh, there's also this one too, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. It's the bedroom. So if you want to take your movie watching to the bedroom, you can certainly do so. But if you, let's say, want to like lay back on your bed with the VR headset on, you can certainly do so like this, and you've got the movie right on the ceiling, which is so cool. I gotta admit, I've actually kicked back a couple times already on my couch and watched a movie like this. I wouldn't recommend it though when you're sitting up straight, because it kind of hurts your neck like it's hurting my neck right now. But yeah, if you're laying down, it's a cool experience. Now there are also these 360-degree panoramas. So let's choose, I guess, full moon here, and loading this up. Whoa. Oh, there's also one for Mars. I mean, I don't know about you, but imagine watching Total Recall in this setting. It'd be trippy. But yeah, let's go ahead and end this off here in the Grand Cinema. Definitely my favorite environment, my favorite location when it comes to this whole kind of VR movie watching experience. Looks so good. And if you couldn't tell, like, I really do enjoy this whole kind of setup here so much more than I thought I would. Before watching movies in VR like this, I kind of scoffed at it. I always thought to myself, like, I would never do that. My prior experience when it comes to VR was with the PlayStation VR, and I never really liked it all that much. But this, being 100% wireless, being, all-in-one, I love it. And when it comes to the actual, the VR headset being on my head, I find it comfortable. Even with my glasses, it fits great. And of course, being a VR headset, there's so much to this other than just watching, your favorite movies. You can play games. There's a ton of games you can actually play on this thing. Popular ones like Beat Sabers. I just downloaded a Star Wars one last night, which I'm digging, Jurassic World. Also, if you've got a powerful enough PC that can play VR games, you can actually plug this up to the computer. I was playing, what was it there, Half-Life Alyx, I think it's called, last night. I put a good hour into that, and I'm addicted. As soon as I finish this video recording it, I'm jumping into that world, and yeah, I'm playing through Half-Life Alyx, or at least hopefully, finishing Half-Life Alyx, because it is a phenomenal experience. Over the past couple years, I've really kind of shied away from video games. I used to play games a lot. As I've gotten older, not really my thing, but VR is really kind of reinvigorating my interest in video games, kind of in technology too, and I'm really surprised with how much I'm enjoying it. Like I said, at first, I kind of scoffed at this and thought VR wouldn't really be my thing, but I cannot recommend this enough. Yeah, if you've got the cash and you want to experience this, like, to me, there's certain types of media that are kind of like landmarks in my life. The first time I got a computer, my first cell phone, and I feel like this is right up there with it. I'm loving this thing so far, and I know I've already mentioned it, I've already said it, but I cannot recommend one of these enough. And especially when Ghostbusters VR releases, like I said, hopefully later this year, this is going to be a must-buy for Ghostbuster fans. I think it's already a must-buy for Ghostbuster fans to sit down and watch your favorite films, your favorite Ghostbuster movies like this. It's like having a theater just in your home. I mean, who doesn't want that? All right, so, whew, it is bright in here. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I know it's a little bit different, but you know, if you're on the fence thinking about buying one of these Quest 2, just do it. If you got the cash, if you've really been, like I said, debating on buying one of these, this is a fantastic, fantastic item. If you're a gamer, you're gonna love it. If you love movies, I think you're gonna love it too. This is now, I think, my preferred way of watching movies. And like I said, a week ago, I turned my nose up at this, thinking like, oh, I would only play it for the games. But no, I'm likely gonna spend a lot more time just watching movies and watching TV shows with it, because it works, and it works really, really well. And on top of that, it also does VR games really, really well. And it's an all-in-one system that you can also plug up to your PC and play PC VR games through Steam and services like that. I mean, this is an awesome little machine. So like I said earlier in the video, if you want to buy one of these, we got a purchase link down below in the description. Using that link will not only get you a really cool Quest 2 VR all-in-one headset, but it also helps out the Ghostbusters News channel, so I thank you. And with that does it for this one. As always, be sure to subscribe to Ghostbusters News here on YouTube. Bust that bell notification icon to stay up to date with everything that's happening within the Ghostbusters world. If you'd like to join up with Ghostbusters News, check out our Patreon page. We have a link to that down below in the description. And with that said, I think I'm going to go back into the VR world and watch some Ghostbusters. I'll see you right back here next time on Ghostbusters News.